Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with a Crafty Temu haul, and then I have a few items that I picked up at an antique shop. And this is either going to be airing on Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided when yet. Probably Friday, just because I don't have a lot of backup content to rely on. But I wanted to start with a couple viewer comments. I've been enjoying doing that, and I didn't prepare any ahead of time because I read all the ones that I had prepared on my last video. So let me go in here, and I did have several people, obviously when my power was out from the tornado, have lots of great comments, positive comments, you know, thinking about us and stuff. So I appreciate that. Okay, so let me go past some of the storm related ones. Okay, so this one is Love Our Lord 24. I love that screen name. Your last Temu order, sorry about your power. So yeah, so I still have not made another order for Temu. I have nothing coming, so it's going to be at least 10 days before at the earliest, unless I order something local warehouse, before I'm going to see more Temu stuff. And so what else am I going to show? Well, I still have my FabFitFun box, winter box, spring box, what is it, spring box, I guess, that I haven't hauled yet. And I've got some Yum Yum boxes. Now, I did have somebody say they don't want to see me eat on TV, to just leave that to the kids, but I like doing those videos, and so I will be doing those videos. And I am taking Friday off of work because well, I've told this before, we always go to Quincy, Illinois at some time around this time for Gabby's birthday to take her picture with the leprechaun. And she had told me to take this coming Friday off so that we could do it then. Well, then she decided to go zip lining with her friends for her birthday, which she actually ended up doing like the weekend. Actually, it was the day after the tornado. Somehow this particular place that she went zip lining didn't have any damage, which was amazing. But I mean, that's the way tornadoes are, right? They just go all over the place. So anyway, I ended up taking off like the last 2 Fridays in March because the kids are also off school, but Jason and I are just going to go out and go antiquing. So I'll have stuff from that to show too. But okay. All right, this one is from Pam Claire 6222. I enjoy all of your content. Variety is the spice of life. I'm sorry that you have had to deal with the negative people online. It's just sad, and I hope you just delete and block. Keep on hauling for us. Well, thank you, Pam. Yeah, that's the nature of the beast when you have a channel. You put yourself out there, and it's a free country, and people can say whatever they want. And so, yeah, so overwhelmingly, it's positive comments that I get on this channel. Not because I'm awesome, but just because you guys are predominantly nice people. But there are the random, you know, ones that aren't so great. And just like junior high, you learn to live with it and move on. Okay, those are still about power. I'll read one more and then we'll actually get into the haul. Okay, here's one from Beth Wilson 8770. Amy, you do what you have to for your channel. I will be here for whatever you do or show. I enjoy your videos. Well, thank you so much. That's obviously my hope for everybody, that it wouldn't matter what I show, but we all know that you found this channel because you like Temu. So that is what you're hoping this channel will show. And I understand that. I mean, I'm hauler time, so that means I could haul anything, but I know, and you know, that Temu is the most popular. So let's talk Temu. I will have a link to this order down below. And But this is the Crafty stuff, and I'm so excited, you guys. Now, if you've been around for a long time, you know I have waves where I have particular interests are more interesting to me than other times. And I'm back into a Crafty wave. And Temu is fantastic for crafts. And I put something crafty in the title of this video so that you would not be surprised to find crafty things. But I encourage you to stay even if you don't like crafts, because we just like to have fun talking. But anyway, I got a paper pad. Now, I've bought paper packs from them before, but not a 6x6. I don't think I've ever bought a 6x6 paper pack for them. And because we like crafts, we are going to look at all of it. But I have been looking at this particular paper pad now for a long time. I just really like the colors and the images. This one has so many things that you could fussy cut out. These are single-sided pages, and this is called Let It Be. I think there's probably 12 pages in this set. There's the first one. And then, I mean, look, this is great, you guys. For those of you that do crafting, card making, journaling, it's all kinds of cool stuff. And I like that this one felt kind of nostalgic. Now, this one is bread and pie, it looks like. They're all coordinating some kind of gingham plaid. But yeah, I love all of these. These are great for making tags, really. They're kind of small for journaling cards, but they'd make great tags. And we got some recipes. I love finding cookbooks like this that have these kind of mid-century images in them. And the weight of this paper is a little bit thicker than copier paper, so maybe a 28 pound, because I think copier paper is 20 pound. So this is maybe a 24 or 28 pound. KitchenAid mixers. I love those colors. And then some dots. Some flowers. This is the page this was the front page of the one that really made me want to buy it. Because this is like old advertising. And I love old advertisements from old magazines. And then plaid. So that is a really cool set, I feel like. I know a lot of paper pads that you buy, like 6x6 that you buy from like Michael's or something, would have 2 of every page. And the brands that I really like, which of course are not coming to mind, they usually have 2, but that's okay. I mean, for the price, my guess is you could buy 2. Yeah, it's only $1.90. $1.90. So you could buy 2 for what? $3.80? And that's still a good deal. You could buy like 4 for the price of 1 pack at a Michael's. So, and I got a price adjustment on that. It's currently $1.74. And it's just called a 12-pack vintage floral paper stickers. Now, there's no stickers in that. It was all paper. Mixed color, rectangular, single-use decals, no decals for journaling, DIY crafts, and art projects. So I don't know why. I mean, you do need to pay attention. Now, this is saying it's a heavyweight cardstock. I would disagree with that. To me, heavyweight would be much sturdier. This is Peanut. She's been sleeping in the Temu bag that I used on my last video. But yeah, they try to stick a whole bunch of words in their titles, just like we YouTubers do in our video titles. So it can be a little misleading. Okay, next. Okay, so I got these. Obviously, we've already had the holiday. I didn't really get these to mail. I got these to use in Gabby's senior memory book. So there's 6 cards. The envelopes are too big for the cards. I don't know why they do that, but they're nice craft envelopes. So they would be good for anything that you're trying to craft with. They do have lick 'em to stick 'em on the envelopes. Okay, please don't sit down just yet. Let me get my stuff off my lap before you sit down. Nope, nope, oh, nope. Cats love to eat these. Okay, so we get 6 cards. They have a zebra on the back, but they're plain on the inside. So I feel like these will be great to use in her book. Whether I just take the front off and just have it a single one, or if I actually, because I have all of these comments from her teachers over the years that I need to print out, and I figure I was going to print them out and like glue them into things like this and put them in the book. So we've got that one. That one, I love that. So these are replicas of vintage postcards. I think I have a postcard that looks very similar to that, that's actually legitimately vintage. All right, so those 6. But obviously, I've never been, I used to make cards, but I've never been a person to send out cards, really. I went through several phases in life where I was like, in the beginning of the year, I'm like, I'm going to send everybody in my family a card for their birthday. And I'd get past the 2nd birthday in January and never get anybody else. So, and I am an only child. And so I diligently made sure that I didn't treat one of my parents better than the other. And I've always been very conscious of making sure any gifts that I would give to them were equitable. So the whole idea for me to send cards to everyone in my family, if I couldn't do them all, then I felt so guilty that maybe I'd miss somebody, and it was too much pressure. It's not supposed to be that kind of pressure. All right, so this, I paid $3.69 for that card set. It's a 12-piece because of the envelopes. St. Patrick's cards with envelopes, all occasion St. Patrick's Place cards, bulk set for family, friends, and colleagues. Now, they had lots of sets on here that had 12 cards and 12 envelopes, but I want there to be some variety in her memory book, so I only wanted a 6-pack. Oh, and they're currently $4.04. All right, then I got this. So Temu is a great place to get stamps. And I think I've gotten this set before, but I had gotten this with the idea that I might cut parts off and put them in ephemera packs. But I will say this one, okay, how do I describe this? Like, you see here how it's almost like the pictures or these words were done with dots. Like, not that it was a bad copy of the original, but like they were trying to make it look older and more vintage, and so it's not a straight line, it's like dotted lines. And so I think I don't like it as much because of that. because it makes it look more pixelated. Like this signature down here, it's not smooth lines. This is not smooth. So for some reason, I don't like this one as much. But that being said, I love everything on it. I like that this is a stolen, it's not Tim Holtz. It is, shoot, I can't remember the lady's name, but I will say, even though it's a stolen design, the stamps on Temu are very good, and I prefer these kind of stamps to the red rubber stamps because I want, you know me, I don't like my shirt being off center. I don't want my stamps being off center. So I want to be able to see where I'm stamping it. But this one in particular is not my favorite just because it's more dot matrix style almost. But that being said, it's still an excellent price. And you can find stamps on Temu for every kind of subject matter that you can think of. So I tend to go for vintage, numbers, handwriting, advertise, you know, that kind of stuff. But they've got balloon. I mean, like, if you have more modern taste, they've got that. If you have more retro taste, they've got that. If you like animals, that, or just greetings, maybe you want, a happy birthday or something. They've got all of that on Temu. So that one, I paid $1.94, and it's DIY scrapbooking, clear silicone stamp with English phrases, perfect for embossing, photo albums, and crafts. And you can also buy on Temu albums to store those in. Just make sure you measure, like this one is almost a 6x8 size. So some of the albums are geared more for the smaller ones, so just pay attention to that. But this currently sells for $2.15. Oh, well, okay, now this one is better. This is also a repeat purchase. I love this one because it's numbers, and I love the font and just all the different ways you can say numbers. If you're a Seven Plaza fan, if you like Margaret, she's probably why I like numbers so much. But this is a good little set, and really doesn't leave, I mean, unless you just don't like the fonts, this really covers the majority of numbering needs that you might have. And I do have my link to Pair Eyewear in the description below too, if you're interested in that. If you use my code, you get points, I get points. I'm not sponsored by them, but I of course love them. All right, I paid $1.71 for the numbers. I got one price adjustment. It's currently $1.57, and this one is a really good quality one. None of that dotty stuff. It's all very like normal stamp. One piece digital DIY silicone cartoon transparent stamp. Well, you can see that they didn't use any kind of thing in their description to say that it's numbers. All right, this is a set of stickers and papers, maybe. Kind of old vintagey stuff. It did come wrapped in this twine, which I'll save. But of course, I had to look at all of this stuff. I have no patience when these kind of things come in. It's like Christmas, so I wanted to look at it right away. The box is a little beat up, right? But it's just paper and stuff inside. So I should have brought a paper plate in here because It has a bunch of washi, what I would call washi style stickers. I won't go through all of these, but just some great kind of vintage images. I'm not sure if there are double, it looks like there you get at least 2 of each image. So you get a whole bunch of stickers that I'm getting on Peanut. And then you get a whole bunch of papers of different sizes. And I'm not sure of the papers, which ones are stickers versus which ones are papers. There's a whole bunch more of the stickers. All right, so then the papers, yeah, I don't think these are stickers. I don't think these are stickers, but you get tickets. Looks like you get 2 of each design on this stuff too. Just a wide variety of, like, a clothing tag kind of thing. Just a whole smattering of stuff in here. Different colors, different shapes. They are very thin paper, so for the papers, I would probably, if I were using them, I would print off a one of my digitals that is kind of Victorian or something. I would print that off on a medium weight paper, glue these to that so that it gives them some starchiness, and then we've got big ones, and gives it, that way it's more of a, it would feel like it was a higher quality. But obviously they can just be used as is. But they've got a lot of great images. Trying to show a little bit more of these since they're bigger and easier to look at. More tickets. I just love this stuff. Oh, I love that. Why do I love that? I don't know. Is it a weird thing to like this kind of stuff? No, I mean, lots of people like this kind of stuff. I love maps too, but I find that I am kind of alone in the map love. Lots of maps. And I love receipts. I finally actually have some antique receipts now that I bought off of Whatnot, that I could break up and put into some of my ephemera packs. Actually, I use them as booster packs, like as a reward if the ephemera pack sells for high enough. Okay, let me get these put back. But this, gosh, this feels like it was like a 400-piece set kind of deal. I'll know in a minute when I look it up. But yeah, it is real. This actually, those papers did feel like computer paper, copier paper. I haven't learned yet like what 20-pound paper converts to in GSMs, but that one is definitely your thinner stuff. So that was, let me make sure, where did that package go? Let me make sure I tell you the right one. Okay, that was a 200-piece set for $3.54, one price adjustment. And yes, you get 2 of everything, so you could really make yourself 2 sets out of it. And it is currently $3.51. 200-piece vintage ephemera scrapbooking kit, eclectic collection of old travel tickets, postcards, maps, and more for journaling, decoupage, and collage crafts, journaling accessories, eclectic design, map fragments, scrapbooking supplies. Okay, so who out there does decoupage? So I've tried that a couple of times where I took you know those paper boxes you can get at Michael's, you know, they're like photo boxes, I guess they'd call them. I have taken paper scraps and decoupaged that to with, what's the stuff called, Mod Podge. So I've done that before, but I didn't find that very interesting. Now I do like to see old suitcases that have been decoupaged with like tickets and stuff. I think that's cool. All right, next. Bingo cards are super popular in the crafting world. Now granted, it's really more of your vintage bingo cards that would be worth it, but Temu had a set. It's a rainbow set. And so I wanted to check it out and see if it was good. Now you could upcycle these, grunge them up, you know, whatever you want to do to make them look older if you prefer old. I'm looking to see what I've got here that can break through this. I had a pen up here. Where did I put that? Pen. But yeah, I wanted to see, because quite frankly, it can be expensive to buy vintage bingo cards. You'd be proud of me. I picked up a vintage bingo, a box of vintage bingo, and it was $15, and I was like, well, it's vintage, it's worth $15. But then I opened it up and there was only 7 bingo cards in it, and I was like, I carried it around the store, but then when I finally got up to the front, I told him I didn't want it. So you'd be proud of me, because that was, you know, I was only getting it for the actual cards, and that seemed a little too expensive for the cards per item. So, okay. So we've got the whole, well, we don't have any yellow. No yellow? Nope. Oh, so there's only 5 colors? Yes, okay. It's not quite the rainbow, but almost. Of bingo cards you get oh, that's a lot more than I was thinking. I'm trying to see how many of each color you get. 5, 10, 15, 20. You get 20 of each color. So there's what, 100 in here then? And they're a decent, I mean, they're like a food box, like a cereal box kind of weight to them. But yeah, that's a good, these will be nice for my ephemera packs, because a lot of times when you find those vintage cards, now if you find the really good vintage cards, they have straight edges, but most vintage bingo cards are perforated edges because they came all connected and you had to separate them. But also, if you work for a bingo hall, you might, this would be a good deal. So yeah, so 100 bingo cards. And of course, the bag that this came in was not a reusable bag. So let me find something I can put these in so they don't get all over. But yeah, I love finding old bingo cards. All right, those $7.39, so I paid up for that. I got a price adjustment. 100 vibrant bingo game. Oh, it's got yellow in the picture, but I got orange. 100 vibrant bingo game cards suitable for social gatherings, classroom activities, and family parent-child interactions. Suitable for parties, festivals, and educational activities. No power supply required. Non-real money. And it is selling today for $7.09. And the color on it is polychrome, which I guess what, just means multiple colors. Next, okay, I got some metal book corners. I probably don't need to take these out, but there's 100 of them in here, and they are bronze. And these are great for all kinds of crafting applications to kind of add, you know, say you make your own journal, these can help add kind of some vintage flair or authenticity to it. But you put these on the corner and then you pinch them down to stay. And I got bronze. I don't know if they came, I think some listings have them in multiple colors, but I paid $1.59 for 100. My listing only has bronze, and it's 100-piece vintage metal book corners for scrapbooking, photo albums, menus, and notebooks, decorative craft protectors, scrapbooking, craft project. So, and here's an example of it on a page or a cover. So yeah, I really like those. Next, we got some stickers. Huayee Qiuyi is what kind they are. I don't know if these are just all birds. But it looks like there's no duplicates in this set. So yeah, birds. Maybe these are all, oh, is that a nest? Yes, that's a nest. An owl. So kind of vintagey. You guys know I love birds, especially vintage bird images. Oh, and botanicals. So that's great with the flowers. And butterflies. See, this is a great set. A great variety pack. Oh, well, and I like tea. Maybe it's Victorian. I wish I knew what the bees. Well, this is just all kinds of stuff. Oh, mushrooms. So yeah, those are great. Different shapes, different sizes. Oh, we saw that one. So that's a lovely set. The one I dropped. But again, kind of retro, not retro, vintage. I don't know. Retro and vintage are not the same thing. So I would call that more vintage. And, okay. Oh, that one I paid $1.26, 50-piece vintage inspired stickers. Reusable. Oh, reusable. I wonder if that's true, because you know they do make some stickers that are removable. So I wonder if they're trying to say that. Mixed color paper decals with botanical, zoological, and historical designs for scrapbooking, laptops, and DIY crafts. Scrapbook stickers. So yeah, it's like they've taken the images that are probably public domain from old encyclopedias and put them onto stickers. All right, so then I also ordered some of these bags in multiple sizes. I won't demonstrate this, but it happens to be in a bag like it. It's just a different size, but we all know what these are. They are the packaging bags that have the sticky on top that you peel off this red part and then you put it down. So for the things that I'm selling in my Whatnot shop, some of the things I don't, like I can reuse this bag, but some of the things that I'm selling on Whatnot, I really don't want them in a reused Temu bag. I want them in something like this that doesn't have anything on it. So I got 3 different sizes. Let me see. So I got some little ones, medium-sized ones, and bigger ones. Now, these kind of things come in all different sizes, widths, heights, lengths, all that stuff. So just pay attention to the sizes when you're trying to order that kind of thing. Measure, you know, like if you're wanting it for postcards, you know, measure the postcard and then find bags that are just a little bit bigger than that. But there's 100 of them in each of those bags, and they were different prices based on the size. So the small one was 2.36 inch by 3.94 for $1.21. The medium size was 3.15 inches by 4.72 inches for $1.58. And the roughly 5 by 7 was $1.98 for 100. And I won't bore you with what the current price is. It's probably something similar to that. But in the listing, there were 6 different sizes I could have chosen. And the biggest size being 8.66 by 11.42. So perfect for letter size paper. 100 of those for $3.96. And maybe, like I know comic books, it's very popular to put comic books in those with a board. So one of those might have been like a comic book size too. I don't know. Oh, another stamp. So just a bunch of sayings, but again, they're kind of vintage inspired stamps. And that one, this is more of the size that would fit in the albums that Temu sells for stamp storage. Okay, I'm always taking my glasses on and off, on and off. Where's my chain? Where is my chain? I bought a chain that's got my name on it for my glasses. Where is that? It's been a long time since I've worn a chain on my glasses. Okay, I paid $1.26 for those stamps. Digital symbols and transparent script stamps. And it's currently $1.53. I will probably resell those on Whatnot, just because I bought them to show you guys and I don't need them anymore. Okay, this set right here, you guys, this set was phenomenal. Let me make sure, see if I tried to put this one in my storefront, but I could not find it. That's the problem with Temu's influencer thing. When it's, even if you copy the listing in regular Temu and paste it over in Temu Influencer, it still can't find the right things sometimes. I wish you could, from regular Temu, take an order you have and put things from your order into the store. Like that makes sense to me. Okay, this set is still available. Add to cart. Okay, it is available. It's only $4.13. Great price for this. So if you like what you see here, definitely check it out, because I could see this selling out once people understand what it is. So this is a full set of like film strip kind of theme. 94 pieces of scrapbooking film stickers, semi-matte, irregular, what else does that say? Well, I don't know. Is my phone stopping? Is not my phone? Okay. Semi-matte, irregular shaped, single-use PET film strip photo frames for journaling, bullet journal, planners, and DIY crafting. Now you get 2 of everything that you see here. I am going to try to show you just about everything in this because I think this kit is fantastic. So there's stickers, and if you like slides, if you like film strips, a lot of these things are going to kind of resonate with you. Again, more, you know, kind of see-through windows. And what is that? Like, there's stuff, you know, on the side. So it's mimicking what, the back of a camera. But different styles. They are stickers. Well, not all of the things in here are stickers, but so far these are all stickers. But a great way to frame. You guys, get your yearbook, you know, go buy yourself a yearbook or buy one from me and cut the little pictures out and put them in these. That would be so fun. Okay, then there are some word strips. So you get 2 of those. Oh, then we've got some more of these. So all different shapes. Then we've got the, I don't know if this is supposed to be a camera or a phone. Well, this one's a camera. So yeah, I'm begging you, if you like this kit, please click on my link to get to it. I couldn't find it to put it in my Temu storefront, but okay, then look at this, you guys. You can make your own film strips. And these are a thicker cardstock. Or maybe you like this style better. And with these, it looks like there was one that was kind of a lighter color and one that was a apricotier color. Ugh. Then you also get a pad that has the different, you know, like when you would go pick up your pictures and stuff, right? So there's just a whole bunch of, I think there were 3, there's like 8, I think there's 24 pages in here. It says 50. No, I think that doesn't say 50. That's the image. I think that there are 8 images times 3 in here, if I remember right. Okay, Gracie's asking me about dinner real quick, so let me respond to her real quick. You can eat. Nope, go to that. You can eat Caesar salad. If you don't eat it all, I'll eat some. Otherwise, don't you love this? I'm just reading to you. Otherwise, I'll make myself cream of wheat. I love cream of wheat. I love it. Okay. Back to our film set. Then you also get actual negatives. They do actually have some kind of pictures on them. Now this one's more like, you know, you accidentally opened and exposed your film when you shouldn't have. But then there's And these probably would go with like this little set here, right? Could maybe sort of work. Well, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe, well, I don't know, but you know, that's kind of the idea. And then that one's kind of blank, but there is one on here that actually, yeah, this one actually has people on it. And then more that are just kind of overexposed. Now, somewhere in the house, I inherited all of my grandparents' slides and pictures and negatives, but they're somewhere, I'm not sure where. And these are what, bent so you can make an actual slide. Little ones. I remember I used to be in charge of running the slides at church for music back when, you know, before it was more digital. We had, you know, the slide, and you'd have to push the button to advance the slide for the next song or the next verse or whatever. So this reminds me of that. Or, you know, I'm old enough to remember slides in school. All right, so I think that is a really great kit, you guys, for $4.13 or whatever it was. That is a steal. I'm determined to find this in Temu Influencers so I can add it to my storefront, because I think that is a really great buy. All right, then we've got some tickets. I mean, don't you get excited? Don't you get excited thinking or looking at all this stuff? And this is coming from the person who doesn't actually do the crafting anymore. Like, I don't know. I love it so much. But these are stickers, but they're tickets. So you could, you know, put them on some actual card stock to give them some weight. But I love looking through these and looking for the dates. And if I find any that have dates for me or one of the kids or Jason, then I keep it. And it goes into my permanent collection. Bears versus sharks. But just all different sizes and colors and shapes. Oh, see, here's one for February 2nd. That's Gracie's birthday, so I will keep this because this will someday end up in her senior book. I can use it to tape in one of her teacher comments. So yeah, so just a whole bunches, and I'm just dropping them all over Peanut. Whole bunches of tickets. How many bunches? And it doesn't look like there's any duplicates, which is also nice. Because while I sometimes like having duplicates of things, I more often don't, unless it's scrapbook paper. All right, so there are this one called? Oh, there's 54 pieces in this set. And $1.76 price adjustment. It's now $1.34. 54-piece retro ticket stickers. Just a ton of them. All right. Okay, this is my favorite thing. We are saving this for last because it is fantastic. Actually, well, no, I'm still going to show it last. I'm just hoping and praying it's not discontinued because I really want to get some more. Okay, let's do this one next. Postcards. Ooh, just tore that. Okay. There are 32 postcards in this set. I am going to show them all because I've decided that crafty people like to see the details. So you could reuse this for something, right? But these are, well, let me see. Let me tell you about them first. I can't remember if they're all Paris. No, just travel memories. So what? This was the Leaning Tower of Pisa. No, probably not. Oh, but they don't say, but they are kind of inky on the back. I was going to say the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but it's not leaning, or it's not taken from a direction that's leaning, so I don't know which one that is. This looks like what, Big Ben? I'm going to embarrass myself, so I shouldn't say. Well, that's Paris. And see, look at the old cars, but they're also, they're almost cartoonized, if that makes sense. Is that the Champs-Élysées? The Arc de Triomphe? Let me just throw out all the, but I love the color on that. Well, that's the Arc de Triomphe. Where is that? That's not Big Ben in the background, is it? This looks more, like, what is this? This makes me think more Japanese. Oh, is that the same place? No. This almost makes me think of Notre Dame. Oh, there's that building again. I really feel like this looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but they've taken it from a direction that's, oh, but it can't be. There's the Eiffel Tower in the back too. So yeah, the majority of these do appear to be France. Who knows? Maybe they really were all, oh, are we getting duplicates now? We already saw that one. Didn't we? We already saw a blue car, unless it was just when I was like fanning through it. Okay, here's a blue car. Is this the same? Nope. Okay. By the water. So yeah, I don't know if you get, these are like a sepia. Oh, well there's, oh, well is this the French one? The French Liberty, Lady Liberty? Or is this out? That's not, wouldn't be ours, right? We wouldn't have that kind of stuff in the background for ours. Yeah, I think these are all France. Well, it really seems like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. They don't have a Leaning Tower of Paris, do they? So these are, I like these. I wish they said where they were from, like good retro postcards do. But how much were those? You guys, real vintage postcards are expensive. Those were only $3.30 for 32. So like what, almost 10 cents a piece? That's excellent. And there were no duplicates. They're standard postcard size. And they're currently $3.82. So if you like that style of postcard, I think you would like that kit. Well, this says Europe travel sites. It just, the overwhelming majority of them were Paris. So maybe it was the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But wouldn't, if you're going to take a picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, don't you want it to be leaning so that it's obvious? You don't want to take it from the one side where it would look straight. kind of defeats the purpose. All right, so more stamps. These are definitely in the grungier look, but I like them because they're rulers and measurements. So that would make for great borders. And that one, oh shoot, there's a Crafty thing that's not in here. Darn it, I bought some homemade mulberry paper and I didn't bring it in here because I've already used a piece of it. Okay. $1.70 for the measurement stamps. It is sold out, but let me just scroll and see. Go into it again. Well, it's not, another seller is not popping up at the moment, but if you look up measurement stamp, you might be able to find another one. Okay, no, I gotta save that for, that was my second favorite thing in the haul. Okay, these, I just ordered some more of the glassine, but it's really vellum envelopes. I really liked these. You get a set of 50. A lot of these items I did put in my storefront. It doesn't have a sticker up there to seal it, but when you fold it, it has a crease to fold it. And if you fold it there and if you pinch it, you know, like with your nails, it stays down. But you could always add your own, stick them to them. So I really like these. Obviously they're great for stamps, but they're good for if you want to gift somebody some stickers, you know, they'd be great for that kind of thing. And those glassine envelopes. I paid $3.14 for 50. I got 2 price adjustments. You can also get them in quantities of 100, 200, or 400. And just for comparison's sake, the 50 right now is $3.13. The 400 is $15.01. So just for comparison price or purposes. But yeah, I love those. Okay, these were cool too. So like I said, I looked at all of these because I just couldn't help myself. I knew I wasn't going to make my first episode back from the tornado being Crafty because I wanted, I just didn't want to do it that way. But, so they're cards, you guys. Okay, so it's got this kind of psychedelic look on the back, but I'll do, all of the suits are the same in their suit, so I'll show you all of the hearts. So, well, the aces are all different. They have their actual shape, but it's like Art Deco, right? But then, so with the 2, you've got 2 points, but the heart inside, so each one of them, like, it's got the same shape, but it would have a diamond inside or a club or a spade. Then when you get to 3, you've got 3 points, then 4 points, 5 points, you get the idea. Then you get to, and it does that all the way up to 10. And they're, can we see, they are textured. I don't think I can get it to show you that in this lighting, but you can kind of hear they're textured. So then the Jack looks like that, and the Queen, and the king. But again, they still have the heart in the center because these are the hearts. And then here's one of the jokers. So I really like these cards. Now, if you aren't a crafter and you're still watching this, maybe you'd like these cards for your kids, because kids have a hard time holding a whole fistful of cards when they're playing. And if you're a family that really likes to play card games, these might be a good option because they could hold more of them. But I really, really liked that. I was like pleasantly surprised by the quality of those. So I paid $5.64. I did pay up for that, and I got a price adjustment. And it says 1 set creative long card, plastic playing cards for werewolf, portable for family gatherings and party games, ideal gift and collectible for card game enthusiasts, perfect for camping, travel, and vacation. Yeah, because they don't take up very much space, but they'd be excellent for upcycling for your craft project, or leaving them like that and just making it be a, you know, like a ticket that you tuck in. I got some more of these, and these are the good ones. So the last ones I ordered from them were fine, but they were made out of a super, super thin cardstock. Not these. These are, and those didn't have a seal on them, but these are a normal coin envelope kind of weight to them. And they're the seed ones. I think they're even a little bit bigger than the last ones I bought. So you could cut out your own botanical image to put over this to make your own seed packet, or use it as is. This would be great if you are a gardener. I know your seeds come in seed packets already, but a lot of times when you open those seed packets, they aren't resealable. And then this one, these do come with the actual double stick tape on them. So they're a good size, great for crafting, all kinds of applications for these. And I got a 50-piece set. And there's lots of people that sell these, but they're not all the same. Some of them have different fonts on them. Some of them have botanical images on the front as well. But I really liked those, and I'm really happy with the quality of those. I paid $3.63. I got one price adjustment. They also come in white and yellow, but white and yellow is sold out right now. That was brown. And it's resealable craft paper self-adhesive packaging. So that's the part you want to look for. I think it's better to get the ones that come with the self-adhesive packaging. I mean, you could add that yourself, but why if you could get it with it? Seed storage envelopes, seed storage bags, vegetable and flower collections. And Temu also sells albums to put these in as well, if you're interested. And they're currently selling, oh, right now they've only got the 20-piece set available on this listing for $1.90. Right, next, okay, these are great too. These pads of paper. I really like this brand, Mo Card. And it's not just because I'm from Missouri. So I like, okay, so this is vellum. I like taking these and putting these in a binder that I have where I glue this down and make a pocket out of these to put stamps in. But this, okay, you get two of every image. And what was this one called? Vintage handwritten letters. So I paid $3.06 for this set. You get 100 pieces, so you're really getting 50 unique pieces. This was English alphabet, one price adjustment. Oh, this listing only has English alphabet. And it's just vintage handwritten letter stickers. They're not stickers. Romantic English script, compostable, ideal for scrapbooking and journaling, journal supplies, vintage aesthetic, compostable stickers, vintage lettering. I don't know if they're saying compostable because it's made out of recycled paper. It kind of feels like it's recycled paper. I don't know why you would just buy these to compost them, but I'll try to flip through a few. And so they've got different colors, and they've just gone and it's replicas of old letters and receipts and postcards and stuff. So these are nice if you don't want to pay up for the real thing. These, or a lot of these you could probably find similar things in digital kits too. But, and this is a thin paper and it feels like a recycled paper. But yeah, these are great to craft with. Okay, we're getting down to my two favorite things. We have anything else in here? Oh, we are down to my two favorite things. Oh, and I do have some, where are we at? Oh, we're already at an hour, so I don't know. We'll see about showing you the antique stuff. Okay, so this, I think I had trouble finding this to put it in my storefront too. I paid $2.51 for these. It's currently $2.38. It is a 60-piece vintage fashionable women DIY decor paper set with stickers. There are stickers in this set. For arts, crafts, scrapbook supplies, DIY crafts, background pad, holiday decorations, crafting, junk journal, blessing paper. But you guys, it's the images. It's fashion themed. And it is just great. I love it. Okay, so well, first let's look at the stickers. So you get 2 sheets of each. This is the first one. And I think they might they coordinate with the paper, but I don't think they're the exact same designs as the paper. And then here's the other. So you get what, 36, 9 times 4 is 36. So you get 36 stickers. And then all these papers. And I'm going to show you all of them because they're fantastic. It's like they're pencil sketches that have been colorized. Well, illustrations, I guess is what you'd call that. But it makes me think of what like the original designer might have created. I love this one, you guys. Like, would this be, I feel like this is the 40s, if I had to guess. I'm not saying they're all of that time frame, but they're just beautiful. They are single-sided, but you know, you could, if you've got a printer that you can adjust paper size, you could print something on the back of these. I mean, they're just beautiful, and I love these colors. I mean, I love everything about this kit. So yeah, definitely take a look at that if you liked it. Okay, so now my favorite item, please still be in stock. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, please. Okay, it is still in stock. Okay, I paid $5.59. I got a price adjustment. You get 30, and they're all unique. You guys, they are replica cigarette cards. Vintage fashion illustration paper set, character design collection for scrapbooking, DIY, all that stuff. It's now $5.14. I'm putting another one of those in my cart because I was blown away by the quality of this, this little pack. And I just love these. These are ladies. You guys, and I'm gonna show them all. Now they're all named, and they are prize crop cigarettes, and they are a thick cardstock. So they're fabulous. And they are all like Victorian era. Well, turn of the century, I guess. Is that Victorian? But they're, I mean, whoever did these did a really good job. And these are probably public domain images at this point. But the fact that you're getting 30 unique images, and back then cigarette card sets were either 30 or 50, sometimes 25. So we might be getting the entire set from this batch, but unfortunately, because you don't get the back of it, you don't know what like number it is. But my guess is that these wouldn't be too hard to find by taking a picture of them. I mean, look at that, right? Oh, well, this isn't a, well, this isn't a lady, is it? E.H. Southern. But can you imagine like collecting, like being alive when these were around and collecting these? I mean, that's like works of art for the modern or the everyday person. So I loved this kit. I loved it. So check it out. Again, I'm going to try to make sure that as many of these items as possible are in my storefront, which I'll have linked below. So check that first if you're interested in any of these things. I don't think I get any money if you order from my storefront. Actually, I don't know how that works, so I shouldn't say it. But if I do get money, just consider it support for the channel to help it continue. Okay, do we think I can quickly go through the few things I bought at the antique store? So this was not an antique, but I bought it because it can hold all my, well, I think I have it upside down, but it can hold all my ephemera. I don't even, it's not like it's even old or anything, but just all the drawers, and it was in such good shape. I paid 15 bucks for it. You can put it on the wall if you have the right hardware, but so I got that. And then, don't laugh, but I just got a pack of really old loose leaf paper that's all this yellowing on it. So I figure I'll use this to put on the backs of like book paper that I, like if I cut out images out of books, sometimes the back of it is, well, the other side, you know, has other things from the book, like the other side of the page. And if I glued it onto something like this, then people would have a writing space. Oh, I love these. Okay, these are, you guys remember these? I have a set of towels that my grandmother embroidered, and she would have used something like this, where you take it out and you iron the pattern onto your towel, and then you embroider it. So I got 2 of these. I got this one because it was like cutesy baby things, but you would take, see, look at that. So some people would just use this as paper in a journal or a crafty thing, and some people would actually use it. I mean, would iron it onto something and then do the actual sewing, but it's fully intact. So the booth or whatever that had this had several of them in there, and I was like, I probably shouldn't buy all of them, but I did buy 2. So I bought this one, and then this one, because it has the days of the week, which was very similar to the one my grandma did, only hers didn't have all these pretty colors, and maybe that was a personal choice of hers, but hers had, well, actually hers might have been like, one was dusting, one was like the different chores, I think. So this kind of reminded me of that, so I got that. Then I found this really old, well, I don't know how old it is, this Raggedy Ann book. It said it was in bad shape, that there were pages missing, and being that it's a spiral, most of the pages have detached from it. But Raggedy Ann is super popular. So, and this, oh, it doesn't say. It had some like stamps in it. But I think, yeah, I think it's missing the title page, so I don't know how old it is, but it's just got these great images. So there's several pieces that are torn out, but it still had some that were in it. And then there's a whole series. Oh, and it's got some of the cool tape. So this page is upside down. This page is upside down. Oh, no, it's not. The Raggedy Ann doll is being dried on the clothesline, right? Yes, because the words are, oh, Marcella. I worked with a lady named Marcella, and she was such a sweet person, and I love that name, Marcella. I should have given that to one of my kids as their middle name, but I couldn't do it for Gabriella. Gabriella Marcella, that wouldn't have sounded good. And I have the whole thing where all my kids had to have the same number of syllables. I know, that's weird. Right, then I found, I was like rooting through a box that I don't normally root through, and I found these bridge score pads or score booklets. So there was a set of these, and these were made by Hallmark. Now these look like they've had some kind of moisture, although they're not discolored, but it's like a little bridge tally card thing. So there was a set of cardinals, which is fitting since I live in St. Louis. We claim the cardinal as ours. Nobody else can like cardinals. And then there were this other set of bridge tally cards where there were 12 of them. And I don't know how to play bridge. I know how to play euchre, but I don't know how to play bridge. But this set was a little bit older, and they were all numbered. So I think the idea was that you could have up to 12 different tables. They're all different, and they're all botanicals. They're beautiful. And these actually, like the other one was just a open up card, but these actually open up all the way. So look at all that space that you could have for writing or crafting or whatever. So there was that set, and then there was one other set of those. And these were all the same, and they're just an open up book for, and these were actually used for tally cards. So I got those 3. And then I picked up another one of these Schlitz beer coasters from the 50s, which I really like. They're really sturdy, and somehow they don't look like they were ever used. Like they're discolored for age, but they don't have like rings on them, and they don't seem to have any water damage. But they are copyrighted 1954. Now, I'm a St. Louis girl, so I shouldn't be promoting beer from Milwaukee, but whatever. And then I found some money. Money is popular with junk journaling, and this was from Derby Dan or some kind of derby game, because there's horse names. Like one of them was Secretariat, and I can't see the others because and this was brand new. I mean, I don't know if the game is new or not, but it's never been used, I guess is what I meant to say. And then I found some vintage bingo cards, and these are flat. They don't have the perforation. So these are probably the oldest bingo cards I've ever found, and I think there were 5 in here, and they were numbered, you know, so there used to be part of a whole set of them. But yeah, so that's what I got antiquing. So, okay, well, let's do our nostalgic TV trivia. You're not laying on it, are you, Peanut? Where did they go? I just had them for the last video. Okay, don't panic. Let me clean up here just a second. Then maybe that'll help me find them. They have to be here. I haven't gone anywhere. So yeah, so let me know what you think. I know this was not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's fun to reminisce, maybe is a good way to put it. All right. And isn't it, well, I don't know. I guess there are people out there that are not sentimental people. So they probably wouldn't, like, I get like a dopamine rush when I see something that reminds me of my childhood or reminds me of my mom or my grandmother, one of my grandmothers. It's just, it was, you know, it makes like modern day stuff, like, it's just different today. Everything seems harder today, and it was just a easier time back then. Okay. What type of TV show was Operation Neptune? Name Dick Dastardly's snickering cartoon dog. Who was the moderator on What's My Line? Who portrayed Tony Petrocelli or Petrocelli on Petrocelli? Members of what musical variety show included Bowser, Dirty Dan, Jocko, and Screamin' Scott? What car rental company's slogan is "We Try Harder"? What 1960s show was entirely a sing-along format? What 1983 TV movie featured the nuclear bombing of the U.S.? Okay, this card sucks. But one of you out there will know some of these, and you'll give me some, you'll reminisce with me in the comments about it, so that's what I like. What type of TV show was Operation Neptune? Well, it makes me want to think space show. or futuristic show or something, or cartoon. I don't know. Name Dick Dastardly's snickering cartoon dog. Well, all I can think of is Dastardly Dog, but snickering. I don't even know what that's. I'm not a cartoon person, so any kind of historical cartoon things are totally lost on me. Let's say Fred. Who was the moderator on What's My Line? All those guys. I get all those guys. I don't even remember I don't even know what kind of show that was. What's My Line? So, Chuck Woolery? Is he old enough to be that, on something like that? Who portrayed Tony Petrocelli on Petrocelli? I suppose I need to think of an Italian guy, right? Robert Loggia, but I don't think he was ever really on a TV show. Like, I think he was just more of a character actor. Members of what musical variety show included Bowser, Dirty Dan, Jocko, and Screamin' Scott? Well, musical variety show. Let's just be wild and say Cher's, whatever Cher's show was called. I saw a video of her doing, what would it have been? The Robot with Michael Jackson and with the Jackson 5, which was pretty cool to watch. Okay, what car rental company's slogan is "We try harder"? Well, I don't know. Like, I want to say Enterprise, but I don't know if Enterprise was I don't know the age of some of these coupons, some of these companies. So there's what? Enterprise, Hertz, and Alamo. Hertz. I'll say Hertz at random. I really don't know. What 1960s show was entirely a sing-along format? Well, I like sing-alongs, but that doesn't sound like that would be very fun to watch a whole show that was sing-along. 1960s. So that was kind of before like Carol Burnett, and she wasn't a sing-along format. I don't know. Like, I don't even have a good guess. Would it be like the Judy Garland show? Oh, she's still alive. Like, I don't know when she died. Okay, what 1983 TV movie featured the nuclear bombing of the US? So was this like not a real show? Like I mean, we've not had a nuclear bomb. We've had we had what, 3 Mile Island? Well, unless you count like what they do out in Nevada. But I don't know. The Bomb? I don't know. Okay, what type of TV show was Operation Neptune? Science fiction. Okay, I'm taking that. I said futuristic. We're going to count that as science fiction. Name Dick Dastardly's snickering cartoon dog. Muttley. Who was the moderator on What's My Line? John Daly. Who portrayed Tony Petrocelli on Petrocelli? Barry Newman. Members of what musical variety show included Bowser, Dirty Dan, Jocko, and Screamin' Scott? Shanana. Or Shay-Nana. Oh my goodness. What car rental company's slogan is "We try harder"? Avis. Well, I didn't even mention that one. What 1960s show was entirely a sing-along format? Sing Along with Mitch. How long did these shows last on the air is what I want to know. They find like they're pulling out the shows, and maybe this is not fair for these, but they pull out the shows that maybe had 4 episodes before they were canceled. Okay, and then what 1983 TV movie featured the nuclear bombing of the United States the day after? Never heard of that, but that sounds like the kind of movie I would watch, actually. So I got 1, science fiction. How did you do? Let me know in the comments. But thank you so much for watching this crafty haul. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more crafty hauls. I mean, I think it's invariable. It's inevitable that there will be more crafty hauls on here at some point. But I do have, okay, let's be fair. This was the last Temu package I have, but I do have some Temu stuff from last fall that kept getting passed up to be shown. So I will have some videos for that. I'm not sure when my next video will be, but be sure to subscribe and click the bell. That way, whenever I post a new video, you will get notified. Or if I just post something in my post section, you'll get notified. But thank you for watching and for commenting and liking and subscribing and membering. If you you can become a member of this channel if you so choose. And thank you. So is there anything else I felt like I should tell you? Well, I don't think so. I think we're kind of caught up on the news from the tornado and everything. So I need to go fix my nails before my doctor's appointment tomorrow and before having to go out in the real world. That looks terrible, doesn't it? Like I'm bruised there or something, but it doesn't hurt. But anyway, thank you for watching and stopping by. And wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.